Welcome back, everybody. I literally just uploaded another video for you going over converting my wing over to a strutless wing, and that right there is like I should have did that years ago. But what we're gonna do today, or start today, is something that I really didn't want to do. Sorry, I'm still not 100%. Still not 100%. We're gonna start something that I didn't want to do. I really did not want to build headers for this car. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I just wanted to do it on my own terms, on my own, like on a side project when I had some spare time, which as of late is never. But I ran out of options with this car. You know, I spent 3 months looking for manifolds off the shelf, something I could have bought and bolted on. Obviously, I could have brought this thing to a fab guy, spent $2,500 for him to build a set of manifolds, and everything would have been great. Literally not why this channel's here. You don't want to see just another guy bringing his car to a shop. Granted, the people who just drop their crap off and walk around shops seems to have millions of subscribers, so maybe that's what I should do. Instead of showing y'all how to do the work, just show you how to pay for the work instead. But there's a couple reasons why I don't do that. I have decided that I'm gonna end up building my own headers. I got those Huron Speed ones you saw. I don't know, like, am I the only one in history to ever get a bad manifold from them? You read reviews online. I read reviews. There was never a bad word spoken that I can find. So either, you know, my luck just continues to roll downhill, and it is what it is. But now I'm going to do something I really didn't want to do. The car's been kicking my ass every step of the way. And this is something that is time consuming. I've never done it before. It's labor intensive, takes a lot of thinking and a lot of cutting and a lot of welding. I'm not the best at those last couple of pieces. You know, I managed to glue some crap together, but something that has to be as intricate and precise as a set of headers, I just kind of stayed away from it. I got the charge pipe done. Well, it's connected to the turbos. I still have to weld the blow-off valve on, and I decided I'm going to put another intake air temp sensor into this so I can read pre-intercooler as well as post. So that is, in all essence, done. Not the happiest, but it's alright. I picked myself up a Motion Raceworks header building kit. My buddy Rob at Radioactive Fab is a dealer, and he took care of me, got this kit out to me. And what this is their 1 3/4, 2.5 inch collector kit. So it's nice. It's pretty comprehensive. It comes with flanges, some pretty thick boy flanges here. It's all laser cut. I have to go in here and open up some of these holes a little bit, which is kind of obnoxious. You can see right there, they are you can see all the crap in them, right? That one doesn't slide on. This one is on. It barely, I had to ream one or two of the holes. I got it on. You can see I've got spark plug wires back in, coils on. And it comes with 4 1 3/4 on a 2 inch radius and 4 1 3/4 on a 3 inch radius. There you go, see. Alright, so it comes with 4 of each. I'm probably going to need more because I'm going to mess this up. It comes with 2 formed collectors, which I'm going to have to do some sanding on because they don't fit in the V-bands. 2.5 inch, 1.5 inch. It comes with 2 V-bands, these nice quick release ones. Love how Motion labels all their stuff. Got it all labeled up. Quick release joints. And it comes with the turbo stars. And what those do is once you got all these pipes, all these tubes welded up in the car, welded into the flange, you got all 4 of them in a collector, you weld this in the center, and then I'm assuming slide your collector on, and then weld the whole outside of said collector. Which, what is going on here? I think, well, so they sent me 1 7/8", 3" and 1 3/4", 1 3/4". I didn't even notice it. Well, I guess we're not starting that today. What annoyed me was it was in stock. This is company's big things right now, and it's driving me a little crazy. And I'm not just saying motion. In stock, ready to ship, and all of a sudden it takes 3-4 weeks to ship. What does in stock ready to ship mean? In stock ready to ship means it's sitting on the shelf. When that order's placed, I can walk out to the shelf, grab that part, and stick it in the mail. It doesn't mean half the kit is, not made yet. So I had to wait an extra 2 weeks for the flanges to be cut. And then they sent it, and now it's got half the wrong tubes. This is what I'm saying about everything biting me in the ass with this car. Literally, nothing is going smooth this time. Nothing. Anyway, nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to cut these all up because I needed to start with a big bend. But this is what we got going on. So, like I said, you can see that flange is down there. Got it bolted on with a gasket. Got it all tightened down. Nice and flush against the head. Now you see where the turbo inlet is, right there. So I think I'm going to be somewhere about yay with the collectors. Because then it's a nice easy 90 off, 45 up and into the turbo, or I can even move that upper radiator hose and, clock the housing to the other side and just come straight up and in that way. Haven't quite decided which way that's going to go, but it's going to be, this is where this is going to land. So I've already been looking at this for hours and hours. Obviously, runner 1 is going to have to go back towards the firewall, loop around and down. I might have to angle this a little bit like this. Alright, something like that. Just to clear all of this. And what I'm thinking is this one's going to come out, come down, and loop in like that. So it's going to come out, I'm not going to go crazy far. I'm going to get 45-degree wires, but I just have these, so it'll be more like that. So it's going to come out and loop in. And then this one's going to, come down and loop in under, and then the rears I can have come out and go under those and up into the top. I know I'm having a really difficult time trying to show you guys this because I really only got one hand because of this stupid GoPro. I guess I could get my little, hold on, we might have, I don't know if this works for, uh-oh, what's this? Be right back. I have a head one. All right, welcome back. We're here like, I don't know, almost 4 or 5 days later, and I finally got the correct tubing in. 1 3/4 with a 3-inch CLR. Obviously, there's more than that, but I have already started working on it. As you can see, we got 1 tube in there already. I like the collector position. It's gonna work out very nice right where it is. I'll be able to just, you know, swing this out and up. Oh, I used my new fancy dancy pointer finger. So I'll be able to take this here, swing it out, and come up and into the housing. So I got plenty of clearance. And now we have to start making our second tube. It'll be like my little pointer finger thing here. It definitely makes it easier to get into places. For those that have asked, I am feeling much better with the COVID. I am a little runny nose still, but they say that's kind of normal. Anyway, enough about me. We are going to make the second tube now, and what I'm using for tools is the swag, which I showed you guys. I got this thing much straighter now. I ended up just grinding a little bit on that. I'm using my Harbor Freight 4x36 belt sander with combat abrasives pads on here. Work well. I got a grinder. I'm trying to get into the small 1-inch, 1 3/4 just to knock the burrs off. Well, as you can see, we've already cut a bunch of tube. We've already made a bunch of tube. It's not as easy. And my biggest priority is spark plug. So what I do is I have my tool, my spark plug socket, and an extension, and I stick it on there. I'm going to do the same on the next one. And I got to make sure that the spark plug boot is not really affected either. Sorry, I don't know if you guys even saw any of that. You know, you got to get the tubes around that because I don't want to be burning up spark plug wires. I'm going to set this right on there, and that's my space to work. On the second tube, I think I'm just going to do the same thing as this one. Angle it back some, come down, rotate it into this bottom position, and then the rear two are going to go behind it. They're going to come down and around it in. So let's see if we can make this happen. I'll probably just time lapse this because it's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of fitting. It's a lot of grinding. It's a lot of walking back and forth and everything and eyeballing it. So it does take a little bit of extra time that you guys are pretty bored to see. So while I have you guys here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you comment on everything for me. It helps. It really does help. Just by me saying this, it helps. Also, we still have that 7K giveaway, which I'm giving away a Monkey Fab Billet T6 turbo flange. You guys remember this? I know you're probably sick of seeing it, but it's a sweet piece. Titanium studs, nuts, and washers. High quality piece right there. And I'm also going to give away, I just keep finding little things here or there. So I'm going to stick that back over there. I'm going to give away a brand new Motion Raceworks steering wheel button. That came with my kit that I'm not going to use, so I'll just give it away to you guys. What else? I have I'm going to give away a brand new Race Status Garage hat. Just stuff I have laying around that I'm gonna just stick in a box and send to a random person when we hit 7,000 subscribers. So make sure you like and share the videos. So that's the second tube. Well, the start of the second tube, I should say, to obviously get it down to here. I don't know if that's gonna be turned as much. And you can see how much, you know, room you have to play with this stuff. So I might kick this one out a little further like that. Because remember, the other tube's got to go down and around behind. So that one might end up going like this. Makes it kind of difficult. Let me get a piece of tape here. So we have the start of the second primary here. As you can see, I just have it tacked in the collector. I don't know if that's the right way to do that, but I don't foresee any other way. And then, you know, after I got all 4 of the primaries done, I'll just cut the tacks off, pull the collector off, and weld my turbo star in. But I just fit it back in the car, and everything looks clean and clear, so I think I can build this one outside the car, and you know, it'll just be tacked, fit it, and then I can, you know, I can take this thing in and out now. I don't have to be over the fender, because this one, the rear two are gonna come down to there. We're learning. It's definitely much easier to work with this 1 3/4 stuff with the U-bends than it is 2.5, 3, 4-inch stainless, just in my opinion so far. So let's figure out how to start getting our tube together, you know? Ow! Someone just shocked me. You know, I have this piece, I don't want to not use it. It's not enough bend. So if I can grab one of those 2-inch radius ones, get it like that, and then it'll be straight. Let's cut some more metal. I have a feeling that's not going to be enough. You're right. See, we got the second tube in, which lent to little trials and tribulations. When I was working on this thing on the bench, I must have cocked this thing, and it was hitting my K-frame. So what I did was I just broke the welds, the tacks, and it's gonna suck. I'm gonna have this thing faced when it's all said and done, because the tubes now are sticking a little bit out. That is all in the learning of this. You know, I must have pressed on it and it bowed out or whatever, but so now we're working on the third one, or I'm sorry, the fourth one, third tube. And I had this in the car, but it was a really poor tack. Just make sure it's... One thing, if your TIG is definitely a little stubby back, because you can't get in there to tack these to the flange. You can see it's starting to come together. It's starting to actually look like a header. It kind of sucks that I got these. I mean, the upside is the flanges are thick, so you can go crooked in there. The only thing is I'm gonna have to call the machine shop after. This is all welded, and have them face this just to make sure it's nice and flat. Which is probably not a bad idea to do both of them, because I'm probably gonna fucking warp them anyway. Well, I don't like to do a lot of tacks because I gotta cut that apart when it's all said and done, and take the collector off. So I'm trying to just do two small tacks on each. So now we gotta get a tube in there, which I'm trying to figure out the angles. I wish I had that ice engine kit. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like literally plastic tube Legos, but it's like, to do this would be like $400. I think the master kit's like $1,500. Pretty hard to justify when you're building one set of headers. Maybe two eventually in my lifetime, but not something I want to do every day. I skipped to this fourth header because I wanted to make sure my steering shaft, I didn't want to make this tube and have to make this one out and far and big and run into my steering shaft. But as you can see, plenty of room all the way down. But now it leads into, keep forgetting my little pointer. So it leads into this number 3 hole having to fit down in here, right? And you got to worry about your spark plug, you got to worry about manifold bolts, be able to take this off, and you got to get through here to the collector. So I went ahead and cut this one. Alright. Oh, she gone. It's not as easy with one hand, but I'll cut that, and you really can't see because my big fat hand's in the way. Let me try something else. Let me try getting set up with it and then showing you. So that one is going to be like that, and then once that's tacked into place, I can swoop around and down to the collector. I think once I tack this in, I could actually put this on one of the spare cylinder heads I have to finish building it out. So I gotta tack that into place, which should be a lot of fun. And as always, make sure you got your spark plug socket, because this is the most important part. And then you can, you know, really play with the tube, bring it out a little bit, do whatever needs to be done. Alright, let's drag the welder over here. I really need to get longer leads. Maybe kind of something like that. So you guys can see what's going on now, maybe. Right, and then I have to loop and swoop. But I mean, look at all the access to my spark plugs. A, that's going to help you change the plugs, and B, it's going to help me not melt freaking wires. All right. Look at that room. All of them. Oop. You gotta be careful, there's only one tack on there. Pretty excited. I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out so far. I don't think I need to keep this on the engine to finish out that pipe, that tube. I mean, I will mock it up, tack it all together, stick it back on the car, but I'm pretty sure I could finish that tube out with it off, because there is nothing anywhere near it. Let's get it off. It's really gonna suck to blow this whole thing apart. Weld it out. That would be cool to see one done though. It's not been as hard as I expected it to be. Got it out on the bench. You can see I just got to get from there to there, which, you know, Obviously, that's the whole name of the game. We got a turbo manifold. I'm a little concerned on this tube right here with this pie cut. I kind of got a gap on the backside, and this is exactly what I talked about before with fit up. It's so small, but I think if it does pull, it's actually going to help me. So I'm going to weld. I'm going to make sure it fits right now, but I'm going to weld all the tubes and then stick them all back in and see if this one fits, make sure it fits. If not, I could always cut it back apart. So I'm I'm pretty stoked on it. It's not perfect, you know, but I'm pretty damn happy for a first ever header. It's in one piece. Now let's see if I get it actually into the car. From the top, I should say. Yeah. Boom. Look at that, huh? It actually looks kind of cool. I dig it. I freaking dig it. And it clears literally everything. I couldn't be any happier with the way this is turning out. Couldn't be happier. It's fully blown apart. Every tube is welded. No, it's not my best work. I'm not good at stainless, but it's all back purged. There's no crazy overheating. Obviously, various depths and shaky hands and little overheating there, but you know, I'm not a professional welder, so it is what it is. You know, that's all on there. It's not going to be the prettiest welds in the world. Yeah, I overheated that one pretty good, but I don't know why. Reassemble, right? I have to get each and every single one of these back into the flange. Get them all tacked in there. Good to go. Alright, get this back on, make sure everything lines back up, and then when all that is said and done, I'll put it on the car. One last final check, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna stitch weld. I'm gonna bolt these down. Got a spare set of cylinder heads there. I'm gonna bolt it down. I'm gonna stitch weld these. Now let me think about this. Maybe I should tack these first, then do the turbo star, then come back and weld them. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. But yeah, so that's where. What freaking runner is this? Oh, this is number 3. Okay, one header is 99% complete. The only thing I have to do, so it's fully welded. Welded the tubes. Let me see if I can show you guys. Sorry. So you can see they're welded on both sides, fully welded. So what I got to do is I got to go in back and smooth all this out, and then I'm going to have it faced because I know it's warped. I can visually see that it's warped, which is kind of weird. I don't know when it would have warped. I don't know if it warped on that side, but it is warped, and it's warped pretty good. So I think I warped it when I welded this side because it was bolted to the cylinder head. It's just that end one. It's these 3 look good, and that end one's like whoop, whoop. I'm pretty stoked for it. Let's see how it looks in the car. Look at that, huh? It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Almost. Because there are some issues. Not really. I can't say that, actually. The turbo star was a pain in the ass. Let's see if I can show you guys that. Welding up in there. you know, it fitting those tubes, I did learn a lot for the next one. Gotta have them tubes pretty much even into that collector. I had one that was kind of short, didn't even think about it, and whoo boy was that fun. You know, there's like one or two very slight pinholes in the center that I could only see by light. I can't get to them no matter what, so hopefully, I doubt it's an issue. I mean, it's so slight. I mean, this one gets close, but not any closer than anything else. So I'm going to get the fire cores again and heat shrink boots them. But yeah, there you go. Too bad it's not a 4-cylinder, because then we'd be done. So guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Don't think you can't do something like this. I've put off making headers for a couple of years now because I just didn't think I had the skill set for it. Still not the best, still a lot to learn, but as you can see, it's in there. Looks decent. It looks pretty decent. It clears everything. It's not going to hit anything. It goes in and out, no problems. So I'm pretty amped for that. Yeah, I got to build the other one now. This is all the scraps as of right now. I have, what is this out here? I got 2 of the tight radius, and I have 1 3/4, 3-inch, but I have 4 more of those coming. So I'm pretty happy. I didn't go through a ton of waste. Yeah, I mean, I'm super stoked that I got 1 manifold done. Amped. Feel damn good with myself right now. And I used to fret doing hot sides, which were 10 times easier than this. Huh. This side's gonna be a little bit harder because it's a little bit tighter. You know, I gotta worry about this bar right here, so I'm gonna have to like come out. It's gonna be weird. I have to come out like slight angle down and loop it in and out. I don't know. It's gonna be tricky to do this one. It's gonna be trickier than that one, that's for sure, I think. Just because of that location of that bar. But we'll get it done. Alright guys, that's it. That's it for this one. Like I said before, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, notifications. We're chugging along. That's it. It's almost February. Not really where I wanted to be, but a lot of stuff changed. Get in your garage, grab a cold drink, hot drink. Keep saying that, cold or hot, because it is cold as crap out. I was going to take my kid outside, but I don't want him outside. It's way too cold. Get working on your hot rod. Spring is coming. Have a good one.